Hello everybody. Today's video is about Dave Hacks. Reacting to Dave Hacks. He's a British. I think he's a British, but because of his accent, his name is Dave Hacks. He made the DIY Galley fidget spinner. Hot DIY fidget spinner, ultimate summer life hacks, how to cool a drink in 2 minutes, like that. We will see 3 videos. One for Sugru, that one, and you can melt a metal in your hand, and also Coke with these. We will watch
to fix them together. I'm going to be using a silver glitter. You've probably all seen and maybe used a fidget spinner by now, but today I'm going to show you how to make your own using a hot glue gun. We're going to need a skateboard bearing, which you could either take out of an old wheel or they're pretty cheap to buy. Then I'm using 3 lollipop sticks, or popsicle sticks, to build a framework around the bearing. Position them like this. Then use a pen to draw a mark on the overhangs. Next, I'm using some scissors to cut the sticks to length. When you're done, place them back on top of each other. And I'm going to use a glue gun to fix them together. I'm going to be using a silver glittery glue stick to give it a really cool finish. Put a dab of glue on the end of each stick and fix them together like this. Then carefully glue the outside casing of the bearing to the sticks too, like this. Once it's dried, you can turn it over and do the same on the other side. To add some weight to the outside of the spinner, you could glue on the other bearings. But I'm going to be using some pound coins instead. Put a dab of glue on each corner, then fix on the money. Let it dry, and if you want to, you can give it a spin. Next, I'm using the glue gun to go around each coin and cover the sticks.
Very nice. Very cool.
Do be careful if you're using hot glue. You can smooth out any edges and tidy it up. Then leave it to dry. And there's our fidget spinner.
Very cool.
You can either leave the back as it is, which looks pretty messy, or cover it in glue. I'm going to use this red glitter stick to coat the back. Squeeze out the old silver glue stick until the red starts coming through. Then cover over the back to hide the sticks. And that's our spinner complete.
That's cool.
It's good fun to make and great fun to play with if you're a little bit bored and can't stop fidgeting. And what's really cool about this one is it doubles up as a coin holder. So if you're out and about and you need some money, you can just pop a coin out to use it and slot one back in later when you've got another.
Oh, that's cool.
Pretty cool, huh?
Yeah.
Next time I'm going to try making another fidget spinner, but this time I'm going to be using gallium liquid metal. So if you want to see how that turns out, come back and have a look.
I don't want to. I will watch Sugru.
Cool craft hacks you can do at home using Sugru. Sugru are sponsoring this video and asked me to show you their new Create and Craft kit.
And Sugru not sponsoring my video.
If we open it up, you get a tin with 4 packets of different coloured Sugru, this texturing thimble which slides over your finger, and this texturing brush which we'll be looking at later.
What is that?
You also get this really nice booklet which tells you all about Sugru, shows you different ways to use it, and contains 16 different projects for you to try. For those of you who don't know about Sugru, it's a mouldable glue that sticks to nearly anything. It feels a bit like Play-Doh, and you can easily mould it with your fingers. After 24 hours, it turns into a flexible rubber, so you can use it to fix and make all sorts of things. I'm going to start by turning these wooden cupboard door handles into my own personalised rubber stamps. You need to start by taking a strip of baking paper and drawing around your wooden handle. I'm actually making 4 different designs. Then simply draw whatever pattern you like into the circle using a pencil. I'm drawing this sort of sunshine design, a heart, this leaf pattern, and finally a paw print. Next, take some white Sugru and smudge it onto the bottom of the handle. Then wipe some soapy water over it and push it down firmly onto a flat surface to give you a nice smooth finish.
Oh.
Then press the stamp onto the pattern you drew to transfer the design onto the Sugru. And leave it to set for 24 hours. I did this with all 4 of my designs.
That's weird.
Once the Sugru has set, you can use carving tools or a knife to carefully cut out your design. Don't worry if you don't stay exactly on the line. Take it steady. And do be careful. Once you've finished, they're ready to use.
Oh, that's stamping. Oh, I understand.
So spread out a little paint and try them out. They're really cool, and you could use them to make your own cards,
Nice idea.
decorate some wrapping paper, or personalise a notebook cover.
That's weird and nice.
This paw print one is quite fun, to make it look like an animal has walked across your page. The next thing I'm going to try is personalising a mug. You can buy Sugru in all sorts of different colours, so there's plenty to choose from. I'm going to use this yellow packet to make a label for my mug. Press it on and smooth it out with your finger. And I'm using a rubber stamping kit to print on my name. Pretty cool, huh?
Nice.
So for this one, I'm using some grey Sugru to make a gift for a friend. If you like, you can use the brush they supply to add some texture to the surface. If you wanted to try using the thimble, this is the sort of effect you get. I'm using this kit again to make up a stamp for my friend. When you're done, dip it into some soapy water and press it into the Sugru.
Oh.
It's easy to do and really effective, and it's a great way to make a personalised gift. For this one, I'm sticking on a big blob of pink, and this time I'm going to use the heart stamp I made earlier to print on the design.
I understand, very nice.
And I'm using some green Sugru to make stick-on letters.
That's good.
If you wanted to play a prank on someone, you could take a friend's mug and modify the handle to make it really difficult to pick up. The next thing we're going to look at is using Sugru to make or customize your own jewellery. I'm going to use some red to fill in the heart shapes in this pendant. It's quite a fiddly job, but when you're done, it looks really effective. We need to leave it for 24 hours to dry, then I'm going to put it onto a necklace. If you like, you could make a set of matching earrings. I'm using a jewellery making kit as a starting point, then fixing on some Sugru and shaping it into a heart. Then hang it up to set and make one to match.
That's nice.
If you've got a pretty stone or a nice piece of glass you want to use, you can make your own holder and attach a loop to it. Sugru sticks really well to most materials, including glass. And when it's dry, you can see it's nice and strong.
And we can put this on
You can add it to a cord
the fidget spinner DIY.
and fix on some connectors.
That's cool.
Now the pendant has set, I'm going to attach it to a chain. So now we've got our own earring and necklace set.
Oh.
I really like using Sugru. It's a really fun and versatile product. If you want to buy some, you can get 15% off your order by clicking the link in the description.
And
I hope you've enjoyed watching this video. If you want to see
Coke versus tea.
Last month I showed you what happened when I took the front tooth, which fell out of my 6-year-old nephew's mouth, and left it in a bottle of Coke for a week. The tooth became really discoloured and pitted, and even a bit soft on the top. I put it back in the bottle and promised to show you what it looked like if I left it in there for a month. So here we go. You can see into the bottle, and it looks really black. So I opened it up and strained it through a sieve to get the tooth out. And sure enough, it really has turned black. I picked it up with a cocktail stick to take a good look all the way around. Obviously, this is by no means a representation of what happens if you drink a lot of Coke. The idea of leaving your teeth sitting in Coke for a month or even just a week is of course nonsense, and this is just an experiment for fun to see what happens. You can see the tooth has got this sticky black shine to it. So I gave it a bit of a scrape to see if I could clean it up. And it does start to come off. You can see the residue on my fingers. I wiped it on some kitchen paper, but you can see it really is stained.
Yeah.
And the top is soft too. Using some tweezers, I was actually able to peel some of the tooth off from the top of the tooth down.
Yeah. Very ugly.
I think this is just part of the enamel, which has become really soft.
Very ugly. Yeah.
I guess if you went all the way around like this, you'd have a shiny white tooth again. Pretty gross, huh? I hope you've enjoyed watching this video. If you want to see more, you can click on the links or take a look at my...
Oh, I forget very important. I forgot very important thing. They have 3,273,741. That's a lot of subscribers, but in the form of PewDiePie, very small amount. Oh, if you want me to react to PewDiePie, give this video a like and please subscribe. Hope you enjoyed, and see you tomorrow, and bye bye.